Oops. Wrong one. Here we go. So, we're going to be doing some free coding today, along with doing a quick mail tutorial, and follow that up with a little more free coding. One of the things that I do need to work on is fixing one particular YouTube plugin that has been giving me a little bit of annoyance. Postman wants to load. I believe it's a YouTube downloader plugin that I need to fix. Methods and projects makes us feel so excited, like on a long journey. That is oddly uplifting. So, with this particular plugin, I think I want to set it up so that people can go ahead and have music that they would like me to play. Instead of leveraging this chat, be able to give someone something more concrete. I believe do not need. Let's grab a random YouTube video. If it wants to load, come on. I'm not Superman. Grab this link right here. Open that. And let's see what the error is. All right. Alright, it's called Coal. I made a releases, contributors, or issues. I made this ages ago. E2DL. Alright. Alright, let's give this a whirl. Bada bing, bada boom! And we just downloaded There we go. And now it should play. Beautiful. Okay. I think this might fall into the realm of me needing to use Amazon storage. Because I'm going to run out of 25 gigs so super quickly. $50 terabytes. So, $11 for 50 terabytes. That ain't bad. That's not bad. If I can say so myself. I have way too many bots. Aw, that's nice. Alright, so we're going to need scope. Alright, so we're going to need export default. Actually, why didn't I just steal this? What's wrong with me? What does it come down to, then? Is it a pay what you use? All data transfer in. Orders as you're told. Feel real blood run cold. Please be courteous and then use music. How many of them can we make die? I believe it's supposed to be input type text. Thank you very much. I kind of took a page from a few complaints and recognized that people really do want to see the code that I'm writing. I've also created a way for people to actually follow along on some code changes, so that people can see how it works out. That way people can go ahead and get a more personal look at it. It's the purpose of the list on the right, so that people can see, oh, it's updating. Oh, it updated again. And I just realized I sent it probably... Did I send it to the right one? I don't know. I'll send it in that one so that everything gets it. But yeah. Anyways, what's going on with you, Noas? And if you have any suggestions of how to make it look better, do let me know. Always fun finding improvements. Today's actually a pretty good day for myself. I actually have a job interview with what seems like to be a pretty amazing company. Also, what kind of automations are you doing? It's an in-person interview, so I get to put on my really nice suit, put on my tie, and hopefully go kick some butt. Well, in a nice way. And from what I understand of it, it's supposed to be a contract to hire, so God's willing, I'll be able to be useful long term to someone. But if I just keep coding, still, I'd be happy. Can't go wrong. Anyways. Click on upload. And click clear. LinkedIn has a limit on the ability to view search results. This makes it difficult to get a view of the actual candidate pool. I programmed a nice little hack workaround, but working through the bugs. So basically 90% of the work is done, and the last 90% is working out the bugs. Once it is working without error, I will be able to download the entire market so I can perform some cool market intel work. Man, your project sounds awesome. Okay, so I need to get just split new line. Yada yada yada. If I'm not mistaken, this is JSON. Not JSON. Oh, stringify is the phrase I'm looking for. JSON parse that breaks it apart. Convert array to JSON. Okay, JSON.stringify. Works for me. So now that we have that, cd temp Laravel npm run watch.js. Upload song. What? Utterly unacceptable. You know what? Let's just focus on building some consistency. There we go. Silly music thingy. I need to use split more. I do replace. Oof! Big oof! That would make me cry, sir. That would make me cry. So, if I need to do anything replacing-wise, I try to offload that to the server. If it can be done that way. Alright. Hey, 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 hey. I am client-side Andy. That is fair. This is gratuitous or excessive, so P can get rid of that. Form control, margin Y3. Okay, so forgiven. I know, and he's just letting go. It's not clearly defined. Oh. Fearless. Alright. I need button warning. So, let's go ahead and get myself another random song, because I will be downloading it. And people get to see my extremely history and anti left-wing channels and subscriptions. Let's see. Upload. Alrighty, it looks like it works. So now I need to do this dot side helpers API open API open dot fire. So it would be URL, data, endpoint. http://radio list. And the endpoint is going to be, here we go. All right. Let's see if this works. Alrighty, so apparently I need to do something related to Zing cores, because I never needed to really do anything with that. Laravel, HTML, live, radio. So we're going to need to look at, those are JSON. Level course. And what version of PHP is this? 5.4. Install. 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 Install now. What? Can I allocate memory? What? I seriously can't be out of memory. Free him. Check space. Just give me the bloody command. Yeah, I still have 4.5 gigs. Was it just a weird glitch, or? I have never seen this error before. Free dash on. Total used free. That doesn't work. Okay then. Yeah, give me all the errors. Okay. So now that is installed, let us do config app. Inside of kernel. Oh. go. And then we jump over to config. Of course. It allows everything. So now, let's go ahead and test this bad boy. Response. And what was the name of the song again? Okay. Let's see if I now have it. All songs. Laszlo. Fantastic! And guess what, folks? Should be able to now start adding whatever songs we want. Simple, but in my mind, allows people to be part of it. Alright, and we're going to be jumping over to Mail shortly. Do this all on my own. So let's do that and grab this. Upload. Very far. Beautiful. No, just something to let people know things are uploading.
Won the race but lost your mind. Was it worth it after all? I need you here with me, 'cause love is all we need.
Time counter. Muted. A little cosmetics never hurt anyone. Return 5. Before I am dot iterator. Dot iterator. All right, JS.
Superman.
This works. Alright, we're going to want seconds, and we're going to want to have a max of 15. And that should update each and every second. So, and I already did those 2 songs, so bada bing, bada boom. And now, view, song uploader. Oh, CD, automation, template, Laravel, npm run watch JS. Just taking care of this one thing, then we're going to do Laravel Mail. All right. Something went wrong. Invalid array length. Oh. JS math round down. That should be enough, I think. Interesting. Oh. The if. Okie dokie. Well, I'm going to go ahead and step off for 5 minutes. Need to run to the restroom. Then we're going to do mail.
These manic thoughts won't go away. I hope you're thinking and feel the same. Your silhouette, it dissipates into the ceiling. I'm wide awake. Under the starlight replay the memories that we made. I see the shape of your face. I don't wanna fade, don't wanna turn the page. Is this make believe? I don't wanna turn around, 'cause all I can see is everything I want right now. It's particles of you floating all around me. It's particles of you here to remind me.
And I am back. Ugh. Let's get rid of a few things. Ugh. All right. Okay. So we really only have, if people want to start uploading songs and the like, feel free to send it here. That way, if there's any song that you guys really, really like, do send it over. Let's see. So, now, let's talk mail. Close this up. And I believe POC. Okay. Let's jump down. And create a clean instance. For starters, too loud for my liking. We are going to start off with a clean instance of Laravel, so that if we run into any bugs, we will know how it is on the outset. Install. Okay. poc.zing.land. cd poc.zing.land. Because of the nature of the beast, need to install Composer. Take a minute to install. Then PHP artisan key generate. Oh. Key generate. Okay, I need to Erniesti. Permanova. There we go. And now we should have a clean instance of Laravel. And I'll actually need to update my tutorial so that there isn't any confusion. So let's jump over to fixing that right quick. There we go. Fix that little nuisance, pain in the butt. And now, go away. When it comes to mail, there is a few things you need to be considerate of. You need to make sure you have a working email, and you need to have access to the SMTP. The SMTP is generally available in 90% of services or 95% of services that you come across. For example, Gmail, it's probably one of the gold standards in how to make your emails available. But we want to make sure only we can use these emails. And on top of that, we want to make sure that it is very super easy to go ahead and create these emails. So the best way to go ahead and actually do that is PHP artisan make job send email. When you go ahead and do that, you'll already have a job for sending an email. Then once you're in, you need to use mail or say capital. I actually have an example already. Seriously? Alright. Let's jump over into automation, jump over to Laravel, jump into app, jobs, send email, and there's this facade that you need to go ahead and use. Thought it was something a lot shorter. And when you're setting the args, There are only a handful of things that you really need. Example, you need the subject of the email. And your target. Those are probably the two: target, subject, message. Those are the three most important things that you actually need when sending an email. Then, inside of handle, go ahead and load it up. First, get your data out so that you can actually pass it in. Let's say that this mail. This first set of variables is actually going to be looking inside of your views. So, POC, resources, views. As we can see, it doesn't exist, and we're going to want to make it very simple for us to find it. So we're going to go ahead and make a mail folder, then a simple email .blade.php. And it's going to work very much the same way as any other Laravel view would work. So as soon as you pass data into it, it would be the equivalent of passing it as a compact in a way. And then you declare the message, basically how the mail is going to be broken down in here. So you're setting the variables, and when you load them up, the from, the to, and the subject, the data, you can just throw this in. Target. And we can just say potential client. Makes it easier for us to filter on the email client side. Anyways. The person that it's going to be from, up to you. You can always pass it inside of here or inside of the data object, or you can pass it in statically through here. Mail job. So it is pretty much that simple to go ahead and at least create the functionality. The more important part is setting up the mail and it is worth noting that sometimes you might have to get some extra permissions passed on your email provider, because they will go ahead and go, hey, you're trying to send email from here. What's going on with that? It somewhat varies. You can pass it explicitly through here, or even more responsibly, pass it as an environment variable. For example, let's say that we have test at testemail.com. Actually, let's go ahead and make a throwaway email. Matheson test Matheson projects test, and we're going to make it something stupid simple. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. Let's see if it will try to. Oh, A 1 2 3 4 5 6. A 1 2 3 4 5 6. Are you kidding me? A S 1 2 3 4 5 6. A S 1 2 3 4 5 6. Ah. All right. That wants to be moody. Let's make another notepad. Really? There we go. Schrift. I don't know how much more complicated it can get. I'd rather not say. PHP artisan make command send mail. We went ahead and created a command so that we can go ahead and dispatch the mail. I feel like I should have my computer be submitted into a competition for speed in terms of slowest of the slow. Hey Surfy, what's going on? Alright. Are you kidding me? I think just about every corporate issue laptop will kick your butt. I've worked with some corporate issue laptops. I swear, they will do everything they can to not have any speed whatsoever. They might be offended by the concept of speed. It makes me cry. And even this. Alright, trying to stream and stuff, but it's kind of laggy. Oh man. I totally get that, my man. Anyways, so smtp.com. And if I remember, the SMTP for Gmail is 587. Gmail is... Alright. It looks like it should be fine. Anyways, we're going to be sending simple mail. What are you going to be streaming, Surfy? Alright. Why do you do this? Bada bing, bada boom. Send email. Args. Send email dispatch args. Go ahead, grab the target subject message. Bada bing, bada boom. Load up the variables. And we're just going to email myself. Because apparently, I personally love talking to myself. But that's the joy of being... Well, if one enjoys talking to themselves, then there might be a lot of issues going on there. But that's my opinion. This is command. Mail send. Fire. Command description. Command of firing emails. Almost proved they want their employment. I like to think that's witty. It probably is not, but I don't care. Then, once you go ahead and have that job made, should be able to communicate with the send email. Well, the command connects to the job, and the job will go ahead and dispatch the email. And inside of here, we can go ahead grab all the stuff. Then there we go. It's inside of the simple email blade. And now we're going to go ahead and fire and see if it works. So, send email, PHP artisan, mail, send, fire. Oh, okay. That was my mistake. Send mail. Fire. There's no commands. It's probably a caching issue. Don't remember the proper way. Oh, I have to... Oh. Alright, goes ahead and fires. Let's go ahead and just say this is Matheson Projects test@gmail.com. Simple mail. Simple email. At this point, it's just naming conventions, so it seems. And it just threw one error, and it's likely because of a permissions issue. Google. Do-do-do-do-do. Just recreate it. Gmail. Might be a configuration issue. 465. There we go. Looks like it's trying now. Alright, with it trying so hard. One of my favorite things to do these days is condense a function into a one-liner variable function. Makes it entirely unreadable, but saves space! Ha! Totally get that. And if you end up doing that and someone else tries to look at your code, they'll go, why? And then it's a form of job security. Methods and projects, test. The heck? Oh, apparently I was receiving a call? That was weird. I never knew that was a thing. Today I learned that on one of the programs I use, I can get calls. Don't know what that's about, but that's a interesting feature. But okay then. Huh. Today I learned. No, okay, so there's this thing that I work with. It's called Watch Me Work, and I never heard that sound before. And what Watch Me Work is for is it allows me to actually coordinate with other people and basically hang out with other people who enjoy doing creative things live. It kind of it's in the vein of, hey, we're all in this boat together. So it's pretty cool. I highly recommend checking it out if you kind of want to hang out with other people like that. So, Oh, I totally get that. Alright, PHP Artisan, no, Service Apache to restart. If 465 doesn't work, then I'll try 587 again. Google is gratuitous or overly excessive with their security. Ugh. I keep misusing the word gratuitous. God damn, what's wrong with me? So 465 seems to be the most reliable. Or SSL? Alright. Oh! I probably... Fantastic. Fantastic. So, yeah. Apparently I needed to set the encryption. If I didn't set the encryption, then yeah. So yeah, I'm pretty happy about that. I finally finished or figured out what went wrong with the mail. So yeah, this is a junk email, so do whatever. I wish I could convince my employer of that so we can move to Google Apps instead of MS Exchange. I hear that, man. I hear that so much. Wow, one of my drinks, the powder I put in there, just simply doesn't want to break down. It's kind of upsetting. Anyways, now we're going to go ahead and draft up a guide. Because once we do it and know it works, I'll write it down for sake of posterity. Laravel Mail. Readme dot md. We're gonna take the simple AI, take the readme. We're also going to need to update the general readme how-tos. Gonna steal this. And I had a structure in mind that helped it make sense. Programs, commands, and files. Services. This program really needs to stop doing that crap. Okay. Alright, let's work on the ones that we do know. Gmail. Laravel console and jobs. PHP artisan make job send email. PHP artisan make command send email. App jobs send email.php. App console / commands / send email .php .env. Come on. Alright. Take that away later. Alright. Probably gonna have to spend some time taking care of my nails before I actually go to my interview. So that'll be fun. This resource is capitalized. Resources views mail. Okay. Okay, the template for sending your email inside of the directory says use mail and email.php. Not sure how it's going to show up, but then email, the username and password. And then we go. Get rid of distraction, get rid of distraction, get rid of you. Alright, and for README, I had example email. Okay. Yo. Not the most appealing thing in the world. Feel like I should have gotten like a chocolate version, but chocolate and water does not mix. And I'm not a big fan of just drinking milk. All right. All right. Come on. There we go. Something needs to be a little more clear. People should let me know. be in your up your and you structure your code to fire. Your all right, I think this is pretty straightforward. There we go. And now one, two, three, four. There we go. Alrighty. There we go. And now we should have a functional how-to. Forgot one thing. Alrighty, and I believe we're good to go. I don't know if I should like put a link in there or something. Either way, we now have the guide, which is awesome possum. There we go. So with that, I want to make one tiny change to that. Side index. Can it be that simple? Apparently not. Yeah, that looks better. And how would this look? Ah! Unacceptable. Hmm. It just... Ah. Even with the overflow. Sad day, sad day, sad day. Oh well. Ow. I am actually pretty satisfied with the guide. I made some changes and fixes. Huh. Need to update what how-tos I have. Huh. Need to update what the how-tos I have. Oh. Completely forgot. I put my Twitch straight on the site of mine. That is really funny. Live. Matheson projects. App. HTTP. Controller. No, not controller. Resources. JS. Components. Pages. Store. Let's clean it up a bit. Component. Pages, store, component. Also I'm gonna need a build. JS. Hey, Step on My Trip. How are you doing? Right now, I am making, well, what I was working on was building out my Laravel Mail how-to, and I just finished that. I made some upgrades to my follow-along to where people can go ahead and see code changes that I'm making on my primary application. And right now, I'm working on my personal website to go ahead and clean it up a little bit. Basically, what the purpose of the song uploader is that I hope to, in the future, migrate away from using things like Pretzel or YouTube or Stream Elements, because I don't like how they do anything. I do not feel like it gives me anywhere near enough control. But I want to create a set of systems that will allow people to better interact with me, interact with the programs I make, and on top of that, have better access to seeing the kind of code that goes into building these kind of applications. The entire thing built on the entire idea of sharing is caring. Cool, I have to be honest. Oh. I just listed a few things that I've been working on. Essentially, built a how-to. Improved my Follow the Coder app. Improving my code. Or improving my home's website. I'm building suites of apps to interact with people. Hello, Drops of Bait. How you doing? Okay. Yeah, I sometimes go into overall grandiose explanations, Step on My Trip. That's completely my fault. I just get overexcited about what I am building. I'm good, bud. How are you? I'm doing quite well. I'm feeling pretty good right now. I got a lot done, and just kind of want to keep the ball rolling on things that I'm improving. So let's go ahead. Let's see. Router. Oops. Misnamed it. I'm gonna have to rename that. Drops of Bait. I got into learning how to code a couple months ago, but I got a new job, so I slacked off. I need to force myself to get back into it. That's actually a very common problem that crops up with a lot of people who are trying to get into code. They have to make the hard decision. Do I want to eat or do I want to code? And when it comes down to coding and actually really building a career out of it, like a very successful career, you have to genuinely love coding. Eat whilst coding. I hear that. I mean, every single morning I go ahead and I quickly grab something to eat, and after I eat, I pour myself a giant bottle of water with protein powder. Then throw on top of that, I go ahead and use it to dilute a second drink of fiber, because God knows I eat like crap, so I need to find a way to eat healthy while coding and trying to be healthy while at it. I mean, I know I'm far off from making a career of it. I'd love to at some point, but at the moment, all I know is HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. Hey man, that is a beautiful start. And being able to say that you can do all of that, you can start getting your small jobs here and there, and eventually you start dabbling in things like Joomla and WordPress. That's what I did to initially get started down my road. I also got into .NET C#, and so that also put me down the road initially. Step on my trip. Where are you from? I am from California, United States of America. But I moved over to Nebraska eventually. Where are you guys from? Well, I guess I could look at one of my things to see where you're from, but prefer people talking to me instead of me trying to snoop. So, you know why Java developers always wear glasses? I feel like that is a setup for a joke, but no, why do Java developers always wear glasses? It's because they don't see sharp... Oh man, I am so going to use that in my job interview today. It's actually for a predominantly front-end position, but it's going to be also with a Java focus. So definitely going to do something with that. Step on my trip. Portugal. That is super awesome. I actually have a good friend from Portugal. Well, she's still in Portugal. But the point of the matter is she is super awesome and super sweet. That's so good, drops the bait. It just slew me. That joke just slew me. Drops a bait. I'm from the UK, but I live in the Netherlands at the moment. Oh, why are you living in the Netherlands? And aren't you a little worried about the entire Brexit situation and how it may determine where you can or cannot live? Okay. We're going to need build. So pages. About me component.view. Drops a bait. Well, if Brexit goes through, I am going to have to move back, so that'd be bad. I moved here for my girlfriend. Oh, that's pretty awesome. I actually, for a few years, was seeing this Irish chick, so I had to go back and forth a little bit. So that was fun. And I was kind of freelancing for a lot of the time, so I could do that. But I did not expect us to get serious, so I actually started like doubling down on my programming, learning a lot more. Actually started looking for a job, and then things happened. Irish, hell yeah. Was she a redhead, though? No, she was blonde. I mean, who doesn't have a weakness for redheads, though? Oh, God, yes. I mean, if I come across a lovely woman who's redheaded, I would be almost remiss if I did not go, okay, Jake, time to actually socialize with complete strangers and get ready to be shot down. Maybe. Who cares? You only live once. YOLO. Wow. I should not say that. I definitely should not say YOLO. That is probably the whitest thing that I've said this year. In the way I've said it. What is wrong with me? Lord have mercy on my soul. Yeah! Yes! Yes! And I immediately regret it. I mean, I would go for, like, yeet and lit, but YOLO. I said it in, like, the most blunt, ugly, unhip fashion possible. I feel like I just took it out back and just brought out my shotgun and decided, YOLO, you must pay for your existence. But I'm also one of those kind of people where if everything's cool and I try to hop on, if I hop on, it's no longer cool and the world is trying and must move on away from that phrase. Whatever it may be. Like, I started only coming around to the idea of saying yeet, and on top of saying yeet, saying lit, and then new phrases come out like thought, and on top of that, thought, still don't know what that means. It's just I see people accusing some random women here and there about that, and trying to remember. The term extra. I don't even know what that means. Drops a bait. Screw it. I need to install all the stuff again to code. Do it. Just do it. I reinstalled Windows over Linux last month. Oh yeah. Believe it or not, I actually code over Windows, but I do all my development off of a Linux machine. In particular, I go ahead and use DigitalOcean to do all of my development. And on top of that, it gives me amazing administration experience. Step on my trip. So you are a fan of Laravel. I had an app in Laravel, and then I went full JS. Yes, I'm a huge fan of Laravel. And thing is, you can still use Laravel, get all the benefits of Laravel, all the while leveraging Vue.js. Though some people are, and some trends are migrating to using Vue.js strictly, while turning over to a serverless type infrastructure or cloud infrastructure, typically leveraging things like Amazon Web Services to get around it. I am doing it at the moment. Visual Studio Code. Very awesome. What are you going to be working on, Drops of 8? Step on my trip. Node.js and Vue Spa. I don't know what Vue Spa is, but Node.js is very common, and typically what I am seeing more common, and it just might be because I've only started getting to a certain level, is actually integrating with AWS Lambda. And what I ended up discovering when I was working with it is how inherently friendly with Node it is. Oh, single page application. Okay. I'm picking up what you're putting down. So I've been following tutorials to remove what I made every time I move along, but I'm going to change how I go about this. So how are you going to change things then, if I may ask? Ugh. So, error component. This time, I'm going to think about a site I'd like to make and implement CSS and JavaScript. I think I'd like to make a button that switches between day and night mode, you know, like YouTube and Twitch has. Oh, that's actually pretty fun. Something that can be done in a 30 minutes or so. I think that'd be a decent project to get into. Oh, it'd be fun enough. The editor that I'm using is called Sublime Text. Don't worry. Actually, one of my friends, I'm actually teaching him how to code and all that fun stuff. And he's only getting into the parts where he can actually start playing with Vue.js variables. Contact. But yeah, step on my trip. This is Sublime Text. And it is a pretty awesome extendable application. Sublime Text. Download. It is free. Extendable to your heart's content. Thank you very much for the follow, Drops of Bait. If you ever have any programming questions, please do not be afraid to ask. I'm always happy to answer any questions. Yes, talk to my bots. My bots are friendly, I guess. Yeah, I know it, but it did look like it. Oh. I make certain changes to it. That should be a phrase. Bots need love too. Lest they take over the world. And we have a situation similar to the Matrix. I also have it, but my main editor is VS Code, which is better supported for JS and TypeScript. I went to war with TypeScript yesterday. TypeScript does not like me. And I'm starting to get the feeling that the feeling is mutual. And I don't know if it's just because Laravel takes issue with it as well. I don't know. But I don't know. I'm just outright feeling like I need to hate it as much as it hates me. Codeless store, menu type store, codeless store. Don't need that. JSON store. But yeah, it's just, I tried so hard to actually integrate yesterday the Twitch extension that's from NPM. And when I tried to import it and all that fun stuff, it was like, hey, no, we will not allow you to import it. And all good, one should use what's working for them. I'm already having some issues. What issues are you having, my friend? Let me know. And if you want me to ever take a look at your code, just drop it into a Git of some kind or pen code or what have you, and I'll be ecstatic to help you out. Yeah, paste bin it. All right. You don't, Schmelly Orc, don't want to reply to the email. Don't worry. Don't worry. All emails should be respected unless if they are spam. And most of the time, an application will be smart enough to go, no. We are going to blacklist you. Also, add you to a nice registry that says, up yours. That is awfully crude, but hey. Alright, this is the code that shows this. Alright, let's take a gander. But yeah, this is what I was going to war with yesterday, Step on My Trip. It just was like, no, we cannot tolerate you. You must suffer. For whatever reason, you must suffer. Alrighty, here's the raw text. Huh! Are you kidding me, Step on My Trip? That looks like the types for it, and not the package. 2 titles, I see the issue. Yep, that's a problem, all right. So let's go ahead. So let's go ahead. Let's go ahead. Dark mode. Let's get you started. Sun mode. Oop. All right. Bada bing, bada boom. You can add JS to... Oh, that's style. If you want to add a script, you can go ahead and do that. And you can default it. I believe it would be on click. Change mode. But yeah. Nope. It's background color. We're going to make this black. Or I believe black would be F. I believe that's what it is. And sun mode would be, because that would be maximum application of color, no application of color. And once we go ahead, actually probably don't know anything about that. Oops. Text JavaScript. I believe that's what it's supposed to be. Oh. Yep, text JavaScript. But go ahead and tester. Let's go ahead and test it real quick. Oops. All right. Oh. Alright. It's been a while since I just wrote straight JavaScript. It's been like a whole minute. I believe white is 000. Really? 10 kinds of weird. Haha! There are 2 blacks. Alright. Sun mode. Oh. Yep. I had it backwards. Haha! Drops a bait. Oh my god, please be proud of me. I am a newbie and I knew something. Nope, there's only, there... If I remember, 000 is just the absence of light, whereas FFF is the maximum application of light. Today will be the day that goes into the books for me knowing something. Yay! Well, we all know something. Script. Do I need to put it inline? To Celsius. ID to Celsius. JS on click. HTML button JS on click. All right. There we go. Yep. I think we need to do element body dot JS get class of element. No, what I'm trying to do is for drops of bait is that we need to make changes based on some CSS. So, start current mode equals get element by how do you select the thing you just typed and erase all at once? What do you mean? I just double click. When it comes to certain lines, I just hit shift and back, or shift and home. Yep, double clicking works. Let's go ahead, see if it returns the current mode. Sun mode, okay. If current mode equals sun mode, else darn it. then we're going to need to name it dark mode. Yep. And there you go. There you go. I'll go ahead, drop it in a paste bin. Syntax, HTML5. Public. Never. Create new paste. And there you go. But Erdnawas is actually a really good guy to actually also talk to about JS. He actually built out a very valuable application and extension off of JavaScript so that he could actually better do some of his work. So, it's pretty cool. But that's just a quick little demonstration of what can be done. Function color. Oh, yeah. But Erdnawas, it's something where if he wants to become a better developer, he really does need to master the art of manipulating classes and not just doing straight stuff like that. I mean, knowing how to do that's valuable, but we need to also be far more efficient. Oh no, it's worthwhile to still have it so that he has an idea of what's out there. Too much strawberry. Strawberry lemonade. My God. Whoever came up with that, God bless their soul. Okay, how to's JSON. Because I really can't be bothered to be updating and running it all the time. 2, 3, 4, 5. Raz. 2, 2. 3, 4. All the lag! All the wet lag! I just don't know why I won't run through Visual Studio Code's live server. It just won't work. That sounds like an environment issue, and where I turn around and say, hold on. I have a meme for this. I have a meme for this. Somewhere. Bruh? Dear God, my eyes. Yeah. This is something I am terribly guilty of. And here's another one. This is where I turn around and say, works on my machine. Oh. I wrote a styling library for JS last weekend so I could style in JSON in pure JSON, just pass class name through a loop when I need to style elements. I just tell myself I'm an agile developer. Rapid development! Release more bugs! Every application does not have anywhere near enough bugs. Thus, keep releasing bugs. Okay. So. Do you perhaps know what's going on here? A live server, if I have to save my HTML code, it automatically refreshes my page, which is really handy. Man, I can't wait for the day that you go ahead and discover browser sync. I have a I have a ton of bug cleanup to do this weekend from my Monday deployments. I do not know much about Visual Studio or IDEs in general. Before you know it, you're going to be telling us, guys, I write my code in Notepad. If you do all your coding in Notepad, I'm going to be just floored. Confused, impressed, and mildly worried and concerned. Oops. There we go. Nah, dog. I do it in the browser. I think you just broke my heart there. I kind of want to cry now. Like, why? Who hurt you? Though, I do sincerely hope you're pulling my leg. If you're not, then... Then I don't know. I just have nothing. I have no clever remarks or witty retorts. Just non-stop worry. I use Atom if I'm doing Node.js, but any client-side work I do is done in the browser. So, I'm going to be very worried about you. I'm going to choose to be a little worried. Why don't you use, like, normal applications, like normal people? Like, why? There's just holy smokes, my man. v1. I'm going to need that. Are you sure? I don't need an are you sure? I need a how to. But that is terrifying, the prospect of coding strictly inside of a browser. And it just feels overly cramped, but so that's kind of the reason why I'm like, but why? Okay. So let's go ahead and how-tos. I should also put in a title tag. Wait. Name. I got started with bookmarklets. Most of my dev work is hacking LinkedIn, and you have to test the code within the browser due to the way they block the stuff I like to do. So I just code there. I pop out the console, and it has its own screen. There's actually a lot of things that you can actually do. Take, for example, Python. What it's very good for is enabling you to actually quote-unquote fake a browser so that you can actually modify and get the information while telling LinkedIn, hey, we're a browser. But I understand the path of least resistance. Out of curiosity, for your application, do you do all the processing in the browser, or do you offload the information somewhere else and then return the information to the browser? Because you can get a lot of efficiency gains as opposed to being at the mercy of any given user's browser. And make some updates and optimizations without needing to do a giant update. Oh, wow. That is incredible. That is utterly incredible. Not as in a bad way, just that is impressive. Creating a clean install of prefixed APIs and API authentication through Laravel. Man, the more you talk about your application, it makes me kind of want to join in on that project whenever I have downtime. Just mostly out of curiosity and interest, and just having many ideas of how to do some optimizations. Be right back, phone call. Sounds good, Ernawas. That is perfectly fine. And it looks like I got a phone call as well. So who is doing what? Who the? What the heck? Okay. That was weird. pptr.dev. Huh. Crawl a SPA, generate pre-rendered content, automate form submission UI. Ooh. Okay, this is awesome. This is really cool. I am going to look into this. I think PHP also has one. I think it does, but it's not like the friendliest. Well, messing around with like spoofing browsers is a bit of a pain in my opinion. So I kind of try to avoid it. Do I have Vuex installed on here? JS. What do I say? Oh, derp. Package JSON. Nope. All right. I need to install Vue.js router. On this. Are you using Laravel as just the API? Yes, for a lot of things when it comes to messing with the database, I will actually use Laravel for that. And if I need to hide some logic that I don't want to risk exposing through JS. Laravel is very good at making APIs make a lot more sense. I mean, I can do anything I want when it comes to Laravel. But I do have a strong preference to use Vue.js to kind of make my applications, really. All right. just Vukes. Come on! On some level, I think it would almost be easier for me to just use my template. But then again, I want to minimize downtime. Installation. Come on. NPM audit fix. Come on. npm install g npm. There we go. Resources, JS, build, build, jump up here, app, Yep, it's been a minute. I remember way back in the day when I was 15, there was this site passed around in school, something like, do you dare to click? And it would send you like 500 pop-ups and you had to click OK till the end of it. Or, if you were clever, you'd hit Control W. But that was done in JavaScript, right? The 500 warnings after warning. That would have been in the time where there was less browser security. Whereas now, if you try to go ahead and do that, the browser will actually warn you, hey, you're going to get 500. You're going to get a lot of pop-ups. Do you want to suppress them? So, it's an old trick, but it checks out. Because you would do something like this. Oh, yeah. Well, if it would be, you'd have to do it 500 times. I is less than 500. I plus plus. So this is what would happen. I equals 0, so long as while I does not equal or is lower than 500, it will say something like, I am super annoying. And it will just keep going and going and going and going. And I don't think I need to do anything else in regards to that. Let's just double check my other build, just to be sure. To be fair, I'd love to be able to make that and send it to friends because I am evil like that. Is it difficult to get a stream up and running? It is not the hardest, but to actually like learn all the bits and pieces is a little bit consuming. And what I actually notice with a lot of programmers that actually stream, they tend to be a little bit on the dry side of how their stream setup looks. I'm guilty of that myself to a degree, but once you learn all the bits and pieces, it's not terribly difficult. Once you get going, then you're always going to be learning new cool things that you're going to be implementing. To be fair, I'd love to be able to make that and send it to... Yeah, if you want to get going, I would highly recommend something like Streamlabs. And right now, I'm streaming to my personal Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, and the Kontakte. So you'd want to stream it to something like that. Oh, looks like my Facebook and VK died. That's fun. But, quick example. Sometimes it likes to get super moody. So, as you can see, my Facebook, VK doesn't want to talk. My YouTube, it's perfectly fine. Periscope connects to Twitter. If you want to like stream all over the place, you're going to want to connect to something like that. And there's trying to think of other things that might be useful. But if you have like other questions in regards like to the entire setup, do ask, because the like learning curve is a serious pain in the butt. Getting started. Components. Oh. Here we go. And there's a number of like awesome bots out there as well. Like Stream Elements is something that I recommend using. They do have a pretty cool bot there. Trying to think if there's anything else that would be of value to you. Can't think of anything off the top of my head, but if I think of something, I'll definitely bring it up. API local. Going to steal that code. Bada bing, bada boom. So if I ever need to do something in regards to that, easy enough. Really? What is Laravel Echo? I have never looked at that till now. Come on. I'm just going to put that there for right now. Matheson, good luck on your project. Thank you very good. Thank you very much. Cheers. Thanks for stopping by. Let's put that on my primary application as well. Something to use for the future. And I'm probably going to be hanging around for another 25 minutes because I need to prepare for my interview. So I'm going to play around with this later. So Laravel Echo. He's already done that. Explore. And if that can be done, shooting off an API, it would be listening. So would it be, I can only imagine, really, what can be done. So now that we have that, delicious. Though I'm a little worried that because at this point it's kind of has like a milky texture, so it's like this weird water milk-y strawberry lemonade, but kind of like strawberry milk. It's kind of weird. So this is something I'll need to come back to. I don't think I need this. Use window. All right. Then let's look at the other build. keep closing it for no reason. Well done, Jake. Well done. Alright. I think that's everything I need in that regards. Oh, he said thank you. I forgot to say you're welcome. Now I feel incredibly rude. So, router, store, app.
Our struggle as artists isn't about appeasing the crowd. Rather, it's about tending to the brokenness inside of ourselves. We create things as a reflection of this struggle. To study our perception of self.
Don't need this.
That wave isn't necessarily a thing you achieve.
Templates.
Rather, it is a state of mind which you constantly strive toward. This all comes from understanding that ideas aren't static, but fluid, like water. Be like water.
This will require some focus and something where I would need to spend a few minutes, and I don't want to risk any downtime during normal business hours. So that's something I'm going to have to fix after 5 p.m. But if I have that, I have that. It's just a question of how to do not need this open, do not need this open. Anything that I'm forgetting? Components. I don't need this. Don't think so, at least. Because components are to be imported now. Because view router and view X, store and router will be passed into it. Into application. It's going to be attached to app. Not going to need that. Store. Now is loaded store. Breaking it out will probably be useful in that regards. Site. Set site. State payload. Site is live. Commit. And then I can go ahead and do commit set site true. And then sweet Jesus. Store site. Dispatch is loaded store slash. Why does it keep jumping out? There is literally no reason for it to do that. Store dispatch. Don't think I need any methods on this, because this is going to be doing all the modifications. And then we can jump over to build, add into store. Is loaded store. Is loaded store. There we go. Huh. So, now that we have that taken care of, let's go ahead and I can clean that up a little bit. Header.blade.php. Boom. Then footer.blade.php. Template.blade.php. So I got a call from a company that wants me to build a custom version of that tool you saw me demo a few days ago. Heck yeah! Licensing, man! That is where the real money is, in my opinion. Well done! I am so happy for you. Just store. I was going to give it away for free. Lol. I guess I will hold on deploying anything new. Well, if you need some help, like building some authentication and creating premium services, I'm always looking for work. Hey, just let me know how I may help you, help your clients. And in a worst case scenario, I can always act as a consultant to provide ideas as to the direction of development should be going. so Matheson. Let's see. Fantastic. It doesn't look like anything broke. One with Jacob. All right. Yep, it looks like my improvement there worked. So, easier to not break things. I definitely need to move this stuff off the client and onto a web server. Yeah, I can definitely help you out with that. Alright, so with that, I'm eventually going to need to create a router link and have a nav out component that is the nav component is going to need to be completely rewritten on top of that. Now that I'm thinking about it, let's see. Those are still going to be very important. Trying to think of anything that I may have missed. Let's see. And eventually, this entire thing is going to need to be changed over to oh, that's why. Alright. Need to go into... What was I thinking? I don't know. It's getting to that point where I may desperately be needing a little bit of a breather. Because I am not able to slow down. Alright, there we go. That is what I need to go ahead and do. Need to rewrite all of this. Well, rip out a lot of this. I'm trying to think of anything else that needs to be done. Go down and stay down. Goddamn. Ow. Thinking. Not sure if there's anything else that I can really do during normal business hours in regards to this. But it at least lays down what is needed so that I can make the change and maybe have at most 15 minutes of downtime. I don't know. I just have my application out there to a lot of people and need them to be able to look at my site during this time, so I don't know. So, beyond that, I guess we can talk for a few minutes. So, what's going on with anybody else who's listening in? And let's take another look at the view router or view pusher thingy. I can use Redis, but I am planning on offloading that to AWS. Kind of want to change that out, personally. What if I want to go ahead? Empty slides. Let's go ahead. Make one small change. Image slideshow. Programmer memes. Always play where slide mode. Okay. Покрытие. Рабочий. OBS. Now do some projects. Coding memes. Add directory. Рабочий стол. Add some projects, coding memes, the water papke. There we go. Way too large. Boom, 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 boom. Bam. Don't know if that will be enough, but there we go. It is currently 11:43. But I don't want to test my... That would mean I would need to make one more change. I'm just playing around right now on how everything looks. So, because I'm heading out very shortly. Display capture. Hello. Hey, doing quite well. And yourself, Caroline? Yes, I'm actually about to wrap up on that. Okay. Yep. Oh. Yeah. Mhm. All right. So drive home the front end side. Mm-hmm. Oh, of course. Oh yeah, I am completely on board with that. Mm-hmm. 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 Well, oh, oh no. I think that I don't know how long the interview is scheduled for. I don't know if it's going. Yeah, I don't know if it's going to go until like 2 p.m. or if it's going to be like a 30-minute. Hey, oh, you look good. Oh, we like you. Mm-hmm. 3:30 is perfectly fine with me. I'm partial to 3 o'clock, but 3:30 works for me. Whatever is best for Jeremy in that regards. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Just let me know once I'm done with the first, and we'll go move forward on that. You've sent me some of it. You sent me the highlights. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. 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 Sounds good to me. All right, that sounds perfectly good to me. On top of coming dressed as we've previously discussed, I do have like a small binder that has like random side notes about myself. And on top of that, has letters of recommendation and a couple of performance reviews from the past. I don't know if it'd be worthwhile to bring those or if I should leave those behind. They already have my resume, so I don't know if I should bring extras. Hmm. Alright. Alrighty, it's just a binder that I typically bring to any given interview. Just gives them in my mind, it creates a personalized touch. Mm-hmm. Well, more than the great work, me as a human being. Not necessarily recommendations. It'd be like talking about how I have side interests, like I run Dungeons and Dragons games, which in my mind is a good demonstration of leadership. The fact that I speak Russian, and the fact that I learned Russian and taught myself Russian, to show the fact that I can learn and relate to other people, other cultures, and all that fun stuff. Just things to kind of paint a picture of the kind of person I am. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Be conservative. Mm-hmm. 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 Okay. Alright. If it's more technical, then if it gets to the point of personal, I'll let them come to me. I'll let them come to me. Mm-hmm. Okay. Mm-hmm. Be the solution. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, I've read it previously yesterday and plan on rereading it before I head out. What's really cool about the position is it's not too far away from where I live. Mm-hmm. 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 Okay. Mm-hmm. 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 All right, so make it all about them. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. All right, you're using that word a lot. It sounds like that they. It sounds like that they're having an extraordinarily tough time and are in desperate need. Mm-hmm. 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 All right, I can definitely do all of that. Mm-hmm. 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 Okay. So, be tactful. Alrighty, beyond Patty, any other people I need to be cognizant of? Mm-hmm. 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 Yeah, I've already dug into it, but I'll definitely be digging more before. Though I do need to go ahead and get changed because it's a whole suit thing. And anything else before I hop off? Mm-hmm. 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 Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I don't know, but I want to. Mm-hmm. I mean, these people are typically smart enough, so you can't really BS them. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. Fantastic. Thank you very much, Caroline. more like 40 minutes. All right. Bye. Oh man, she is a total sweetheart. I adore her. Anyways, yeah, they do coach people, but at the same time, they're very picky as to who they do business with. And every person that I've talked to through this company has been amazing, and everyone that actually works at this company is equally amazing. So I'm pretty stoked about that. And anyways, that's kind of how recruiting calls go. And the fact that so many people are now hopping on and taking a look, that's actually pretty interesting. But maybe it's something that will be of interest to people later. Anyways, possibly it might behoove you and I, Erdnawast, to actually have a at-length conversation about the technical field, recruiting, development, what we see, think, know, and what we experience. Kind of give people a bigger window to it all. What do you think about that? I think it would be valuable, to say the least. Because, I mean, a lot of people, when they're trying to get into developing, they only know so much. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and hit you up after my 2 interviews, and we can go ahead and try to coordinate, plan, schedule things. So, I'm going to go ahead and hit you up after that. I'm going to hop off. I've already hung out on here much longer than anticipated, but yeah. I'll name the time once I know what's going on my time. So, again, for everyone that's hanging out, thank you. Please subscribe and or follow, and maybe I'll have more conversations like this and field things that maybe it will be of interest to you. So, to everyone, have a good time, and thanks for hanging out.